So hi, Tiffany. How are you doing?
Good, I'm well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Nice to see you here, and thank you for doing this interview with me today. So you were working with me now since 2 months, and I would like you to share with us a little bit, the result that you have, a little bit your experience about the therapy, about the program, about the hypnosis, because a lot of people, are wondering, okay, what soul therapy is exactly about, maybe how a session happen. So before that, can you introduce you a bit, your name, what you're doing in life?
Yes, so my name is Tiffany Neckaris. I am an intuitive life coach and energy healer. I go by Tiffany Lee on social media because it's nice and easy. But that is who I am as an actual person and my social media presence as well.
Amazing. And where you from?
I am from Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. So can you explain a little bit what was the main issue, when you came? What would you like to fix, basically?
So when I originally set up my meeting with you, my thought process was I really wanted to work on how I showed up in my marriage. I knew I had some things that were limiting me on my end that I really was committed to doing my own work on the journey. And then after we started working together,
Mhm.
that actually ended up being a little bit more. I even addressed things in my business and just how I showed up in life in general. And so that was really amazing to me to see those shifts.
Nice, amazing. And basically, what made you decide to work with me, rather than someone else? What did you like maybe about the program, or what I was like proposing to you?
I really resonated with what you said on our initial meeting. It's so much like what I know and have done on my with other things with my clients as far as, but your technique was very specific and different, where it included the hypnosis. So
Mhm.
it just resonated energetically with me, and I'm like, this is definitely something I wanted to do. I loved that. You actually addressed the emotional wounds. That was something that was very significant for me to see that. So it just everything just kind of lined up and resonated with, okay, this is a good fit for me.
Nice, amazing. Can you maybe explain, because I talk a lot about emotional wounds, but I know
Mhm.
like it might sound familiar for some of us, but sometimes also I know there's a lot of misconception about that. So, what was your understanding about that, and why did it resonate with you?
So for me, I kind of related it to the inner child perspective of things, how I work on things with my clients. And so it like healing the abandonment wound was very strong for me, rejection, betrayal. Those were like the strongest ones for me. But throughout our sessions, we truly ended up hitting on all of them a little bit. So that was a beautiful thing about it. Is like we addressed everything in a very short amount of time. And I saw huge shifts from the very first session.
Nice, nice. And so can you share with us a little bit what was your aha moment, and the biggest shift that you have seen, in your life?
There's actually been two. So, like I said, after the first session, I started seeing things. There was a couple sessions in when we started to work a little bit deeper on what it was for me showing up in my business. It was
Mhm.
keeping me like this huge fear of showing up in my business fully and like being my highest and greatest self. And immediately after we did that, I had a call with a client, signed a client, and signed paid in full. Like it was just
Yeah.
like that. It was so amazing for me. It was a huge shift. And then recently, toward the end of the program, um, I noticed after a conversation with my mom, um, she said some things, and there were no emotional triggers within my body at all.
Mhm.
I was so calm and so full of peace. And for me, this was huge because in my life, I've been, I would say, emotionally volatile. I either was like fly off the handle or I would react by like sobbing. There wasn't like an in between for majority of my life. And then as I started my spiritual journey, I realized like, okay, there were times when I kind of had the awareness, but I
Mhm.
still, I don't need to respond, but I still felt the emotional trigger within my body.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to speak, but I held back. So this was beautiful. There just wasn't anything. And there was such a profound sense of peace.
Yeah, nice, amazing. So
Yeah.
I wanna jump on what you're saying, because it's really about that, you know, like what we're doing in the program. It's really about, like you say, like change the trigger, you know, like to release what was triggering you before, you know, because of the emotional wounds, because of what happened in your past. At some point when we do the work on the subconscious level, the magical part, I can call it almost like that, is that all of a sudden what used to trigger you in the past no longer triggers you the same, because you change inside, and it's almost like you changing the outside, but no, first you need to change the inside. So I think, yeah, it's very important that people can understand that, because sometimes, also tell me if it's you, but sometimes we feel that, oh, this is the way I am. Like, let's say I'm angry, I'm an angry person, you know, and I get angry like very fast. Then we're going to start slowly, you know, to kind of like take this identity and think that this is the way I am. I cannot change that. And really, I think what is very important for people who's watching that is like, no, this is not who you are. This is how you respond to a trigger or to a fear or something. And it can definitely be changed. And you are the proof of that. So that's amazing.
Yes, and I definitely resonate with that. I thought that for many years, like, okay, I just really don't like, this is just me. Like, I
Yeah,
thought,
no, I
okay,
was
I'm
the
just a
same.
highly emotional person, you
Exactly.
know, like, okay, it is what it is. And I just came to a place of like, I can't change it. I'm just an acceptance, you know, like, and there were so many years I didn't even try. And so then, you know, as I started on my spiritual journey and then came across you, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can actually change this. And to have that shift and change so profoundly in such a short amount of time was huge.
Yeah, amazing. Nice. Can you tell us also, so what do you think is different in this program? I don't know. Have you tried maybe some different kind of healing or therapy? And what do you think is different in this program?
I have. I've done emotional release type sessions to work through these wounds, and really the aspect of the hypnosis and addressing that subconscious belief
Mhm.
and your technique specifically with that brings in that healing. It's very profound. It's truly the deepest level of healing that I've done thus far, and it's shown me the most changes in such this short, like I said, this short amount of time. I feel like this is something I've kind of been slowly working towards for quite a
Mhm.
few years now, and
Mhm.
I just hadn't got to that place where I was completely able to shift it. And now I feel like I show up, like you said, almost like with this completely new identity, because
Yeah,
I feel it's almost like a rebirth process. I feel
yeah,
like
completely.
completely new in how I show up.
Amazing. And yeah, I think it's important because I was believing that also, you know, we heard that, okay, therapy is long, or, you know, to change is long. So of course it's a process, but again, it doesn't require like years and years and years. I think it's like, if it takes so much time, it's just because we're not hitting the right spot in the brain, we're not hitting the right spot in the body. But the moment you hit the right spot, actually, again, it sounds weird, but it can go quite fast.
Yeah. And I think the point that you put the emotional component
Mhm.
with the subconscious component together, that I think that was just like the huge aspect. It was like pairing them together, and it really created that huge transformation.
Amazing. And so last question that I have for you, it's like, what would you recommend to people or advise to people who kind of hesitate, you know, they're like, okay, should I do that? I'm not sure, you know, I've maybe like some, yeah, some blocks or some belief that restrict me to say, okay, I can do it. It's for me. What would you advise them to them?
If they're willing to, you know, just release into the session and allow you to guide them, go for it. And you're going to actually have amazing results. Just take the leap. I would definitely recommend it. Like, I haven't had this much transformation in my life, and I've been doing, you know, some type of healing work for a couple years now, and I would say this is the biggest. So I would definitely say take the leap. Have the call with you, get your questions answered so you feel comfortable, and just take the leap.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for sharing
You're
your
welcome.
experience with me. And I wish you the best, because, yeah, it was amazing to work also with you. I had a great pleasure to
Thank
work
you.
with you. So it's always good also to have, you know, like client that just get so much result and fast, you know, it was quite fast. You know, I remember the first session really. So amazing. Wish you all the best also for your
Thank
business, because
thank
also this
you.
great thing. I know you're into that. And if you need maybe like energy healing, please, I will give the contact of Tiffany. She's doing amazing job, amazing work. So if you need energy, like, please contact her.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I enjoyed the experience tremendously.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.